It's a negotiation, and it's over human lives. You do the best you can going back and forth with the arrangements, which we're doing right now. And at some point, when you come down to executing, when you hit go, then you're counting on everybody to meet their commitments.
Now, John Kirby was very clear. He said, we're better than where we were earlier, but he doesn't want to say too much to jeopardize where they are currently, which means that they are hopeful that negotiations are in the final stages and they could possibly arrive at a breakthrough. But he didn't want to say much more than that, and that is quite understandable.
I don't want to get ahead of where we are, MJ. I know that everybody's interested in the numbers and who they're going to be. We're working that through literally in real time with both sides. So I think it's better if I just don't speculate about what that pool's going to look like. Obviously, we are laser focused on the American citizens that we know are being held hostage, and we want them out. All of them. Everybody should be out now. But here we are in a negotiation, and we're getting closer to the end, we believe, of that negotiation. So again, I'm going to be careful.
Now, among the hostages who hopefully will be released first, there is a possibility of women and children being in that. And that is also something that John Kirby did confirm. He also said that one of the children in the list of hostages is an American toddler. We also know that the youngest hostage is an Israeli infant just a few months old. John Kirby was also asked if the US was worried that the gun battle is often shifting to hospitals like Shifa, an Indonesian.
The president, in every conversation that he has with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and it's not just him, Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin, Jake Sullivan, the whole team here, at every instance continues to urge Israelis to be as cautious and as deliberate and as careful as they can in conducting these operations against Hamas, which they have a right and a responsibility to do, to go after Hamas. They also have a right and a responsibility, an added burden, if you will, because of the way Hamas fights, to do everything they can to look after civilian casualties. It is a part of every discussion that we're having with our Israeli counterparts. We don't want to see hospitals as battlegrounds. We don't want to see firefights in hospitals. Now, as we've also said, at least when it comes to Al-Shifa, I don't have any intelligence on this Indonesia hospital, but at Al-Shifa, we did have intelligence that corroborated the Israeli claims that Hamas was using it as a command and control node. So it puts an added burden on Israel as they conduct operations in and around hospitals to be even more discriminate and more careful. Because again, you got real live patients, real live doctors, real live nurses that you got to look out for. On the other hand, you've got a real-life threat. You got a group that seems to think it's okay to bury themselves in the basement of a hospital and use it to command and control their operations. And that presents a viable, legitimate threat to the security of the Israeli people. So it's about striking that balance.
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews, and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.